And we're back for yet another episode of the Darth Vader 78 Sea Lark build and restoration. Today, I am going to get the rigging pulled through under the floor of the boat. Hopefully everything is long enough and reaches up to the console, because I do have a couple other sets of cables. Hopefully one of them's long enough. The thing that I'm mainly worried about is the length of the throttle and shift cable, because in this boat it goes off the motor and then it kind of curves up and goes into the floor right here. That wasn't a really good show. Floor to the motor. So it kind of has a little bit of a weird angle. So we are going to have to make sure that everything has room to go through there and articulate with the motor trimming up and down, which way I had that going, and room to turn. I'm going to be putting hydraulic steering on this. I have steering hoses to pull through, battery cables, because the battery's going to be up under the console because we want to have some of that weight forward. And then, you know, harnesses for the motor, key switch, things like that. Let's get going. Enough of me talking. Alright, I have strung out my assortment of cables and wiring harnesses and everything I need to pull. Now, the next is I grabbed onto this really sketchy, tiny battery cable that somebody put in this boat. Parker, I'm talking about you. I understand budgets can be kind of, you know, tight. Mine is. So, I zip tied 2 cable ends to the battery cable. I'm going to pull it through the hole and up through the console. See how the length is on those cables, and then if they work good, I'll just pull the ones that are currently attached to the binnacle. If these are too long, because those are like 3 feet shorter. If not, I will leave the long ones in there, and we will adapt over to use those. I also have battery cables, engine wiring harness. Why don't we just do it? We're gonna put the swim step on. I'm gonna try to recruit my son for that. We've got the battery cables through, main harness, and throttle and shift. I might put the battery switch up in the console, or on the side of the console on the outside, so it's easier access. That way you don't have to walk to the back of the boat. Every time you want to turn the battery on or off, you can just do it right at the console, start your motor. Way more convenient. Yeah, steering hose is next, so I have to unbolt this old cable binnacle, and then I'm going to use the steering cable to pull the hoses from the front to, or from the back to the front. And then I'm going to measure this up because I still got to get a piece of acrylic to put on this dash panel. I have one to go up there for the GPS and all that. So let's get this unbolted. Let's get steering hoses through. Console stripped, everything pulled through except for the fuel line and oil line. That's next on the pocket. I also have to get the fuel tank all plumbed in, put the fuel water separator in, and the new fuel fill cap. Pretty productive weekend. Could be a bigger visual, but I mean, getting all that stuff through the floor is no joke. Need to do that. I'm glad everything is long enough. Had to go through a couple sets of cables to find the right size. Glad I had some. Thanks for watching. More of this build is coming. I'm going to try to keep it steady. Just had a little break there while I was kind of jobless, but that's not a problem now. Make sure to subscribe.
Subscribe to Terra-Shark.
Catch you later. I just saw a wasp flying under the gunnel. I hope there's not a nest I'm going to find out about later. Until next slime. Slime. Hey everybody. What was I going to say?